to you. Good man.
How big a challenge is this going to be to get the point that you need that would all but guarantee progression against Brazil?
Well, we know it's massive. Obviously, we've given ourselves the opportunity. We win in the first game to get into the next two and hopefully get a point for them at least. Missed out in Morocco, but we know we've got a big chance against Brazil. As you say, it'll be a tough challenge. Really quality squad, good team, and we'll need to be our best to get something out of it.
How much does it factor just the aura of Brazil, the history that they have with this competition when you're going into a game like this?
That's huge, obviously. When you, for me particularly, you think of the World Cup. I think Brazil's one of the first teams that come to your mind. The first team I remember proper watching the World Cup and them winning it. So we know the challenge of that. We know obviously that side of it. But what we need to concentrate on is our jobs on the pitch, up against a good side. And as I said before, we'll need to be at our best.
So many different permutations of what gets Scotland through. What is the mindset you have to go in with against a team like Brazil?
We're going to get a result. That's what we know we need that. As I said, we'll give ourselves the opportunity to go and get it. Obviously a draw will probably be enough to take us through. But now we go there to try and win the game first and foremost, and if we can take a point for it as well, then we would take that. You played in the first game, sat out the second game. In terms of going into this one, what do you have to get across to the manager, for example, to make him think that if he plays one striker, you're the man that can play that lone striker role? I think the manager will have his views on everybody and where he sees our strengths being within the team and within the squad. He's got a large group of players to pick from out there. All you can do is, when you get the opportunity, do well when you go in, train well, and stay in his mind. There'll be a lot for him to think about, obviously. It's a big team selection, getting into such a big game as well. So, but I'll leave that side of things up to him. All I do is try and train well and give myself the best opportunity. Given that then, mentality-wise, do you have to be in that mental state of, if you aren't going to start, you have to make sure you can come on and affect the game and make that impact? I've been about the squad long enough and played different roles. I've started some games, come off the bench a lot as well, so it's something that I'm quite familiar with, coming off the bench. So whatever role I'm asked to play, I'll be ready for, and that's the same for the whole squad.
Lawrence, in the two games so far, Scotland have had a lot of pressure in the opposition box, a lot of moments, but not a lot of clear-cut chances. Why do you think that is, and is it frustrating for you guys? It's frustrating. Obviously, you would love to create a lot of chances, as you say. I think in the Morocco game, particularly towards the end, I think we did have a lot of moments. We just never managed to quite get on the end of them, one way or another, whether that be defending. I think there was one near the end, I think Doki getting in the way, Scotty as well. So just those small moments can play a big factor in the results, obviously. But the thing is, we're getting into good areas, and we believe we've got the quality within the squad to, when we get into the areas, produce that quality we're going to need. In terms of Neymar, it looks like he may be starting centre forward. Thoughts on him, because you look at the Brazilian media and they're going ballistic over the return of the great man after like 2.5 years not playing for Brazil. He's obviously a bit an iconic figure for the Brazilians. It's quite obvious to say that, and you know how well he's done in his career, how good a player he is. So, but for me, he's up there at the end of the pitch. The defenders don't need to deal with him. But I said it's just the noise around it. Obviously, as I said, he's iconic to Brazil, and we'll leave the excitement up to them. It's a lot of pressure on you to get a point, get 3 points. Do you have time to enjoy it while you're here? I mean, it's obviously these games are very, very intense. Is it enjoyable? It is enjoyable, of course, being here. You're at a World Cup, and as players, you need to try and enjoy it. But we've got a job to do. I don't think we're quite enjoying it as much as the Tottenham are away for the pitch. But no, listen, we've got a job to do. We need to be professional. But of course, at night you need to sit in your room and sometimes just take the moments in and try and enjoy them. But I think it'll be further down the line that you'll proper take it all in. Is there any part of you, when you see all the footage of the Tartan Army doing mad things, that little part of you going, geez, I wouldn't mind being out there just living the life? Not at all, not right now. Maybe in the future when I'm older and hopefully Scotland teams are qualifying for the World Cup, I can come and enjoy it a bit more off the pitch. But for now, I'm really enjoying being on the pitch, being in amongst the games, being a part of it, and that's where we'll want to be. Lawrence, just while we've got you, it's obviously you're concentrating on the World Cup, but so much happening back home as well. What have you made of Derek McInnes going to be your manager again now at Rangers? Obviously, I seen the news while I was over here.
Listen, pleased for the manager. It's a good opportunity for him, pleased for myself to obviously be there. I've not too much time to think about it, if I'm being honest, and it's something that I'm kind of putting to the back of my mind. I'm looking forward to a fresh start when I go back, but right now I'm just looking to focus on this World Cup and enjoy this tournament.
How difficult or easy has it been for you, given everything that's happened since the end of the season, right through to playing in a World Cup and then, say, changes back home?
Times went really fast, to be honest. When I looked back and seen everything, I looked at the date for when everything kind of happened for the end of the season to getting to this point. It's actually not been that long, but it does feel a while. But no, the main thing is, as Tom said, I want to just enjoy this tournament and try and enjoy it. And I'll think about the rest of the stuff when I get back home.
Just finally for me, Lawrence, do you crave like one chance against Brazil? Get on the pitch, just give me it, because we can see how brilliantly you can finish, right? Just that one opportunity.
I'm craving more than one chance, to be honest. Hopefully we'll get a few. But no, listen, as a striker, everybody kind of talks about those moments in front of goal, and hopefully as a team, whether that's for me or for somebody else, we can create that, hopefully one or more, clear-cut chance to go and punish the opposition, and that's all we can look to do in this game.
Thanks, folks.
All good? Thank you. Cheers.